Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of December 9th. You have this round around card and this community card. And so the round around card, and you have the Wheel of Fortune as well. So these two cards can obviously represent cycles or some sort of cycle in your life. The round around card can kind of go both ways. It could be positive or negative. But you literally have the two same cards right here. The Three of Cups is a card of your community. So a lot of you, could be going through a cycle with a community of people or the people that are in your life, and looks positive here. So if you're working together with other people, or if you have a business with people or something, then this kind of looks like a good message to me. It looks like there could be positive changes with the people that you work with or the people that are in your life, and of course that would be a good thing. You have the Wheel of Fortune, the Three of Cups, and the Six of Wands. I feel that a lot of you could be trying to, sure, we'll take both of these, why not? I think that you could be trying to take control of your finances, going down to the Queen of Pentacles here. The Queen of Pentacles is all about your resources. And the Wheel of Fortune, again, is about cycles or cycles that you've been through. And so you could just be hoping for or trying to create better luck with your finances. We also go through that Ace of Swords. And, I always say the Ace of Swords is laser-like focus. It's about being like hyper-focused on one thing in your life. So a lot of you could be hyper-focused on financial cycles that you are going through. I think we all have financial cycles where it's like, sometimes are better than others, or maybe we have certain habits around our finances. And I think that a lot of you, I just have rushing thoughts here if you can't tell, Aquarius. So I think a lot of you are just thinking a lot about how you make your money or where your money comes from, things like that. And again, it looks pretty positive to me. You also have this Three of Cups, which again is a card of the community or the people around you. These three ladies are celebrating a harvest. They have these pumpkins that are growing around them here, and that's what they're celebrating. So some of you, it's like I kind of get the feeling that you're very close to a harvest. Financially, you have the Eight of Pentacles, and we go from the Eight of Pentacles up to the Chariot here. This to me looks more like a little bit of a breakthrough, and so you could be having or coming up with an idea that leads to a breakthrough in your finances. The reason I say that is Eight of Pentacles is like material success on the horizon. So it says that maybe you don't have the money like this second, but you could be coming up with an idea or taking control with the Emperor on your financial situation. And that could be leading to a financial breakthrough that leads to more money in the future. And that's what that is right there. So, looks pretty good. And again, this could be involving like working together with other people, which again, Pluto and Aquarius is definitely all about the collective and working together with other people. So if you're doing that, will lead to more success. You have the Six of Wands, which is like a victory or a big win. And I do feel that you could be experiencing like a win or being celebrated in a group of people. So, clearly this first row is talking all about working together with other people. But again, you could be getting some sort of recognition in a group of people, or you could be standing out in a group of people as well. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Knight of Wands. I do feel that there could be let's put it this way. If there is anything in your life that is inconsistent or has never been consistent, then that is probably what I would cut out. Because we have the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords cuts both ways. So usually with the Ace of Swords, we have to make some sort of sacrifice so that we can have something better. Ace of Wands represents out with the old and with the new, and this does not have to be a person. As a matter of fact, I don't think it is. I think that Knight of Wands is talking about, maybe a habit or something you've tried in the past that has never been consistent. So I would be looking out for consistency. With the Three of Cups, you have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is like happiness, following your heart. It's a card of nurturing yourself as well. So, we are in a very nurturing time, and I think nurturing yourself would be good, but you could also be nurturing yourself through your connections. Obviously, if you have very supportive connections or supportive people in your life, then that will make the rest of your life better, hopefully. And so that's what I would do there. I would focus on supportive people. With the Six of Wands, you have the Tower. Again, the Tower is not always a bad thing, and also, like I said, there's definitely some sort of change going on here. We have the Death card. Like I said, you're avoiding something inconsistent. Ace of Swords, you're cutting something out. Chariot, he's leaving where he is from behind, so he's leaving that city behind him behind, and he's moving in a new direction. And so I'm not too worried about the Tower. I think the Tower is just saying that, you're entering a new reality, or you're cutting one thing out and starting something else. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Accept Responsibility card and this Slow It Down card. Like I said, rushing thoughts, right, on that Wheel of Fortune. So you might need to slow down your thoughts at this time, or you might need to kind of pay attention to your thoughts as well more, or you might need to just slow things down just in general. Especially when we have Mars going into Leo, and it is, and especially when Mars goes retrograde at the end of the year, that retrograde will be opposing the Pluto in your sign. And I would just say that, I think that it would be a good time to slow things down. I've said it a million times to everybody over the past few months that this Mars retrograde in Leo, I think, is going to cause people to have rushing thoughts. Mars retrograde isn't necessarily slow. It can actually represent, Mars retrograde, we can jump to conclusions about things, or we can get too excited about things. I would be careful of shiny object syndrome as well, or I would be careful of any shiny object, but what I mean by that is anything that you feel is showing off to you, including people. So again, if you're, it's a time, when you think about it, Leo is the ego, right? So I think we have to be very careful of people who just are trying hard. And again, this could be for any area of in your life. I think now is a really good time to tap into creativity. Again, for every energy that exists, there is something good that we can do with the energy. So I think, at this time with the Mars retrograde at the end of the year and throughout the Mars retrograde, basically until March, and we'll be in the shadow till then. I think it's a great time to channel any energy into creating something, because chances are it will stand out if you create something really good. So that's what I would do here. You have the Death card, the Ace of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles. The Death card, of course, is a transformation or a big change. Again, I think it's impossible with Pluto and you're going into your sign officially to not experience at least something changing in your life. So I think you're just going through changes here, Aquarius. You have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is a victory. The Ace of Swords is also the truth as well, right? So I think that there's a need for you to pay attention to the truth. I think anything that is right for you, it won't be try hard. It won't be something that is showing off. And I'm not just talking about people. It's sometimes I think, a job can seem better than it actually is. I think that friends can seem like they're better or that they're doing more than they actually are. So I think would be a really good time for you to kind of look at the guts of something, anything you enter into. If something like a shiny object is capturing your attention, I would really get to the core essence of every situation by doing your research or really paying attention. And I think that will, really serve you well, because it will help you identify things in your life that are good and things that are fake. So I would pay attention with that Ace of Swords. You have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, I would really be paying attention. Again, creative opportunity, especially with the Ace of Wands and also this Eight of Pentacles. He's just working on creating something. That's it. He is mastering his craft. He's kind of head down, nose to the grindstone. He isn't looking up from his work. And I think that this type of activity, if you're working on something, would probably be best for you at this time. Just focused intention into creating something, and that's what I would do. There you go. I thought I was going to say something else, but I guess not. You have the Three of Cups wanting to pop out again. I don't take pop outs, but and we have another pop out, the Ace of Pentacles. Of course, I say I don't take pop outs, and another card is going to pop out, right? Let's see. With the Death card, you have the Four of Pentacles, holding on to what has been. So with the Four of Pentacles, we need to release everything that we thought we knew, or we have to kind of step outside of a comfort zone. And I definitely feel that there could be that could be part of the change. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Seven of Wands. Yeah, needing to accept the truth, right, in whatever area of your life that you want. The Seven of Wands is also a card that says you might feel like you're not ready to do something. even though you are, and I feel like I've said this to you about 1,000 times this year, so I don't know, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's you, Aquarius, that I always say this to. So I think that you're much more prepared for a new beginning than you realize. But you have to get started. Again, he feels like he wasn't ready to defend his position at the top of this hill, but he's as ready as he's going to be. So it's definitely time for you to have this like new beginning or a fresh start. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Two of Wands. Yes, Two of Wands is very similar. He is standing at the top of his castle. You know, the story of the Two of Wands is that he needs to take the lead, and he needs to get out into the world that he's holding on to right here. He is standing where he has always been. And the story of the Two of Wands is that he thinks he knows everything, and he thinks he knows how everything is going to go in his life. But if he went on an adventure and got out into the world, who the hell knows what would happen? It would be completely different. He would experience something new. And what do you know? We have the world right here at the end. So I think it's definitely time for like adventure or new adventures in your life. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this inner goddess. It says, express your divine feminine energy and loving wisdom will transform your life. You have this fiery beginnings, Ace of Wands, definitely makes sense. It says, you're on the brink of a real breakthrough. I literally said breakthrough at the beginning. It says, follow your heart and live your passion, Ace of Wands, yes. So I think it's definitely time to move towards something that you're feeling passionate about or excited about. And this definitely could be something financial. It could also be something, I'm kind of getting that it could be something that doesn't start out financial, but it turns into something financial. So you never know how something could turn out, right? And I think that's kind of what this is saying. You have the Ace of Wands, the Emperor, and the Queen of Pentacles. The Ace of Wands is, again, a passionate new beginning. And so I think that for a lot of you, there is a breakthrough or, some sort of passionate, fiery new beginning coming in for you here. Ace of Wands is like growth as well. It's out with the old, in with the new. So I think a lot of you are just starting something new. You have the Emperor. The Emperor is also about taking the lead and going this direction. This way is definitely about taking control. So I think that a lot of you are taking the lead in the sense that you're taking control of the direction of your life. Just like on the Chariot, he is taking control of the direction of his life, even though he actually doesn't know where he's going. He is just taking control by being in alignment with what he wants. So he's trusting that those two sphinxes at the front of the card will bring him to where he wants to go. And so I think that this is about you taking control of a new beginning or, kind of like making a new beginning happen. You have the Queen of Pentacles. There's a big focus on your resources here. So obviously a lot of you are probably wanting to improve your finances or you're hoping to do things that can improve your finances. So I don't know. I just think you're like hoping to improve your finances. And I think you are, clearly you have the Eight of Pentacles. You have this going up to the Chariot. You have this Queen of Pentacles. So I think there's like positive financial change that could be coming in here for you. I do think with the Queen of Pentacles, it's popping into my head that you do need to pay attention to your resources. Again, she is resourceful. She might not have the money to do something, but she might have the brains to do something, or she might have the creativity that she needs to get something done. And so she just even if she doesn't have the money to do something, she needs to find a way. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, Queen of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, really going for what you want. And same thing with the Chariot. He has no clue if he's actually going in the right direction or not. So he just knows that he has to leave behind the familiar. He has to leave behind the city behind him, and he has to just stay in alignment. And those sphinxes will bring him to where he's going. So he really has to trust, which we were saying on this Ace of Swords, that he is going to be guided to where he wants to go. And I think the Queen of Wands is very similar because she is my card of learning as you go. She is the only Wands court card that doesn't have salamanders on her cloak. And so the salamanders in the tarot represent protection from fire, and she isn't necessarily protected from fire, which means she isn't protected from risk. And so she has to take a risk without knowing if something is going to work or not. And I do feel with the Ace of Wands that a lot of you could be taking a risk like that. With the Emperor, you have the Nine of Swords, like all the what ifs here, round around. You have the round around card, the Wheel of Fortune. The Nine of Swords is my round around card in the tarot. He is like having a nightmare, he's woken up, he's stuck in a nightmare, but really the solution to his problem is to take control of the issue, or to take control of the problem. He's staying stuck in a comfort zone. He has this blanket on his lap, which represents a comfort blanket. And so the solution for him is to get up out of bed and change the situation. And he needs to have the confidence to do it. The blanket has all these astrological symbols all over it. And the blanket should, like, on one hand, it's bad because it's keeping him stuck where he is. On the other hand, the blanket is good because it is reminding him all those astrological symbols represent like all the transits, all the things he's been through astrologically. And so the blanket is also providing him comfort, saying like, hey, you can move forward because you have learned all these things that are on this blanket. It's like there's nothing to fear. So I think a lot of you have learned a lot, and like it's time to take control of your situation, right? With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the High Priestess. Very intuitive time. So I think everyone really needs to pay attention to their intuition and listen to that, that inner voice and their inner guidance. And that's exactly what I would do with that High Priestess energy. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Reframe card and this Intuition card again, so definitely very intuitive time. The Reframe card, I do think, is a good thing to do right now, where it's like you can look at anything as a positive or a negative, and how the perspective you look at something kind of will determine the outcome. And the Reframe card says anything you want in life, you can reframe the situation and approach it from a different perspective and have a better outcome. And that's exactly what I would do here. You have the Chariot, the Queen of Cups, the Two of Cups in the World. I definitely feel there's a big change coming in for you with this Chariot. I feel like a bigger than normal change on the Chariot. So a lot of you are about to like have a breakthrough that could change the direction of your life or could move you in a new direction as well. So I definitely think this Chariot is about like taking control and making things happen. You have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups says follow your heart. You have the Queen of Cups twice. You also have this card that said follow your heart. The Fiery Beginning says follow your heart and live your passion. And, the Ace of Wands is like the most passionate card in the tarot. It's all about following your inspirations, following your passions, all those things. So I think the Queen of Cups is really saying your heart knows what it wants. You just have to move towards it. Next, you have the World and the Two of Cups. Not really a love reading, but, definitely could be love coming in for you. It could be a person who's different than your usual type. With the World, it could be someone from like a different location, a different country. It could be someone who speaks a different language. It could be anything. The Two of Cups is meant to represent two people who are very different. So I feel this definitely could be like a different type of person or, someone who's different than your usual type. The World could also represent you getting out into the world. And the Two of Cups is my card of you and your higher self. So I always look at the Two of Cups as communicating with your higher self. And your higher self definitely is encouraging you to like go on an adventure. This adventure could be anything. It could be learning something new. It could be starting something new. It could be having a breakthrough, whatever. With the Chariot, you have the Empress. So right here, definitely could be love coming in for you. Like an Emperor and Empress type person coming in for you. There is an element of trust here, right? With the Nine of Swords. So I feel like you or this person or both of you are afraid of repeating a past cycle. I don't think this is a past person. I just think that, it's like either you or this person has been through something. So someone is afraid to move forward here. And I'm not sure who. I would make sure that this person is healed with the Queen of Cups, as I always say, because, I would. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Hierophant, marriage. So definitely could be something that leads to marriage. The Hierophant is also, again, with the Queen of Cups following your heart, the Hierophant communicates with heaven and earth. And so he might have a dream, like you might have a dream in your life. And the Hierophant is about communicating that dream to the world by doing it, by making the dream happen in the real world. And that's exactly what I would do with the Hierophant. With the Two of Cups, you have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, definitely could be some sort of love offer. I feel like this is a very solid love offer, so I would go for it. Even with the Nine of Swords, I wouldn't worry about it. I just think that someone is worried. It's probably you, because, it's your reading here, Aquarius, that I'm doing. So I think it's probably you, but there you go. You have this crown. It says honor and respect will come for you. I think a lot of your readings this year have said something about like you taking a leadership position like this one, or you stepping up and becoming an authority figure. And so if you want to become an authority, like a boss, a manager at work, or literally maybe you want to become some sort of authority online or something, I think like this is a very good time for you to do that. You have this fire card. It says strong emotion, passionate love or hate. Yes, I would say there is passionate energy throughout the whole entire reading, like we've talked about. With Mars retrograde, I would make sure you are channeling that energy into something like a creative project, an idea, something like that. You have this boot. It says increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Yeah, I think everybody needs to do this right now. Of course, with the retrogrades, I wouldn't be like working your face off, but I would definitely say that maybe like just a 10% more effort into something that you're doing would be a really good idea. I think what's even more important is like focused. I think it would be better for you to say like, okay, I'm going to work on my project for an hour, like one focused hour every single day. And I think that will beat eight unfocused hours, right? So I think if you can say to yourself, I'm going to work on something for like one focused hour a day, you will make a lot of progress. And that's what I would do there. You have this lightning card. It says control your anger or you will be sorry. Mars retrograde. Mars retrograde is always a very, very bad time for explosive situations. So, if there are people who make you angry, I would avoid them. If you feel like you're getting angry, walk away, right? All that stuff. You have this V card. It says victory and some endeavor. There's definitely a victory here with the chariot, the 6 wands. So definitely some sort of victory. But this looks pretty good, Aquarius. I like it. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.